Some news broke on X that Florida, and I thought it was a joke. I thought I was being pranked, that Florida has decided to move to criminally investigate Andrew Tate.
It is our job for these next 4 years not to sit around being happy and euphoric that Trump's president, but to once and for all crush the woke mind virus, crush George Soros, destroy his NGOs, and get rid of these people. And I want to make something clear. At this point, after learning the UK Foreign Office destroyed my life simply because I talk online, after learning that the liar who started all these accusations accused 7 other men of the exact same crimes, and she is being funded legally in her defamation suit. They fear me because I can galvanize the masculine youth in any direction that I believe fit. And I serve our commander-in-chief. I believe in all of the prepositions of Donald Trump. If Donald Trump believes Byron is going to be a better governor of Florida than DeSantis' wife, I'm likely going to agree with him. And I guess that's why they decided to attack me.
Andrew and Tristan Tate are back in the headlines, and this time, things are heating up in Florida. The Attorney General there has reportedly started digging for evidence against Tristan. And just when you thought the drama couldn't get any bigger, Candace Owens has stepped into the ring to back Andrew Tate. In a recent interview with Owens, Andrew claimed that this isn't the beginning of the legal battle. It actually started the moment he touched down in Florida. So what's really going on here? Let's break it down.
When I landed, the customs officers sat there and said, "We have to go through all of your phones and all of your laptops." And I said, "Why?" And they said, "We've been instructed from the absolute top level to search every single thing about your life."
Andrew Tate didn't hold back when he described the situation to Candace Owens. He revealed that as soon as he landed in the US, customs officers approached him and demanded he hand over his laptop, phone, and even his passwords. According to Tate, they claimed they were acting on instructions from the very top level of the state, but Tate wasn't having it. He immediately pushed back, asking them to show him the warrants. When they couldn't produce any, he stood his ground, telling them if they wanted to seize his devices, they could go ahead and do it. But he wasn't going to voluntarily hand over anything without proper legal justification.
And I said, "Well, I don't see a warrant. This is very interesting." They said, "If you don't tell us the passwords, we're going to seize them." I said, "Well, you're welcome to seize them, sir. I don't talk to police. I don't tell passwords. Go break it with your little software. Go bust in." And from that second, the criminal investigation was open before I even landed on Floridian soil.
Andrew Tate isn't just brushing this off as a simple legal issue. He believes there's something much bigger at play. In his own words, he thinks he's caught in the middle of a power struggle. Tate claims that certain Floridian politicians are targeting him because for some reason they fear him. But he didn't stop there. Taking to Twitter, he called out those going after him, accusing them of using this situation as a distraction. According to Tate, all of this is just a smokescreen to divert attention from far more serious issues. Things like Epstein Island, the exploitation of children, and the theft of billions of dollars from the public.
From what I understand, I'm caught in some power struggle for Floridian politics. They fear me for some reason. And they're going to pretend I'm the worst person in the world. And any of these people on Twitter who want to come and attack me over some video I made 10 years ago, they need to wake up. The people who are in charge of this country are stealing your money. They're sending it to foreign wars. They're blowing little children to pieces. They're the ones going to Epstein Island, and they divert all of the negative attention for their heinous acts towards me, and you believe it. They say I'm the bad guy so often that you believe I'm the bad guy, not the people who are stealing your money and blowing people to pieces in foreign wars. I've never been convicted of any crime in my life.
Andrew Tate isn't just confident, he's outright defiant. He told Candace Owens that these officials are going to end up looking like clowns when they find absolutely nothing incriminating on his laptop or phone. But here's the twist. Even with that confidence, Tate admits he's unsure just how far these people are willing to go. He's questioning the limits of their actions, wondering if they'll stop at nothing to try and bring him down.
In fact, I have a strong suspicion. Once they find out that my phones and laptops are empty and I haven't even been in Florida for more than 4 days in my life, that they're going to look pretty dumb when they have absolutely nothing to get me on. So then what happens, right? But I don't know how far and how crazy these people are. I don't know to what lengths they're going to make crap up to try and save themselves after this complete clown show.
Andrew Tate isn't buying the official narrative for a second. He made it clear that these actions against him have nothing to do with law and order for the people of Florida. If that were the case, he argued, the investigation would have been handled quietly and discreetly. Instead, he sees this as a very public, very calculated move. Tate insists he has no interest in Floridian politics and claims this is all just a series of tactics to shift attention away from what he calls the real crimes. Things like Epstein Island, child exploitation, and the theft of billions.
Let's pretend this is about law and order, and they're truly concerned for the citizens of Florida. Then follow me around with secret police and investigate me in quiet, and if you find something, arrest me. Why the song? Why the dance? Why the press? Why the public? Why are you doing all of this if you're not trying to divert people away from the important things? The important things like all the actual crime and corruption that's happening. I had no interest at all in Floridian politics. I actually, truthfully, thought Ron DeSantis was a good governor.
Candace Owens didn't hold back in her support for Andrew Tate during the interview. She called out the critics, pointing out that many of the people now speaking against Tate don't even know the actual details of his case. Candace shared her own experience, revealing that when she looked into the case years ago, she concluded that Andrew Tate wouldn't be convicted, simply because there wasn't enough evidence. And guess what? Back then, the same people now targeting Tate were coming after her for defending him. It's a pattern she's seen before, and it's one she's not afraid to call out.
The amount of people that are weighing in on your Romanian case who have never read, they have no idea what the case is about. And the first way that you know that they don't know what it's about is because they keep showing videos of you from before the time that they're even referring to on the case. Like I actually took the time to read through that case, and I came out and I explained everything to everyone slowly with, names, details, everything. And I said, here is why I do not think that this case is going to go through in Romania. I think I made a prediction years ago that it was going to get dismissed because of a lack of evidence. Okay. And I got hammered for that. Oh, Candace, look at this video of him here. Guys, I don't care about it. If I'm the person doing the Harvey Weinstein series, I don't care about anything but the actual evidence that is in the case. And I am telling you what I am looking at, and it's not good.
Candace Owens dropped a bombshell during the interview, revealing that the courts ultimately echoed everything she had said about Andrew Tate's case years ago. But here's the kicker. She pointed out that despite the lack of evidence, the critics are so consumed by their hatred for Tate that they refuse to even look into the case themselves. Instead of questioning whether there's something suspicious about how this is all playing out, they're blindly following mob mentality, attacking anyone who dares to defend him.
The courts agree with me years later, and they say there's not enough evidence, so we're going to send it back down. We're going to overturn this, and you're going to have to bring up new charges. We're still going to keep this open, whatever it is that they say. And there's no like, oh, okay, maybe there's something here that I'm missing. Maybe I should actually, if I'm this passionate about Andrew Tate and I hate him so much, maybe I should try to read and understand what it is they're prosecuting against in Romania. No, they don't want to do work. They want to pick a side, and they want pitchforks, and they want to go after people based on mob mentality.
Candace Owens also touched on Governor Ron DeSantis' recent press conference, where he seemed to sidestep the topic of Andrew Tate altogether. She pointed out that DeSantis clearly didn't want to address the issue in detail, almost as if he wanted to brush it aside and move on. This reluctance to engage with the topic raises even more questions. Why the hesitation? She argued that they did not even read the case themselves.
And he didn't even sound like he knew what he was talking about at the press conference. He just said, he's not welcome here. Oh, who's not welcome here? What are you talking about? Speak at length here. It seemed like he wanted to get off the topic very quickly because he didn't know anything about it. Do you think Ron DeSantis read through your Romanian case? Do you think Ron DeSantis or James or the AG read through your case? And did any of that stuff? Did any work? No.
Candace Owens didn't stop there. She took things even further, suggesting that there are videos being circulated to push certain actions against Andrew Tate. She insisted that it's crucial to get hold of the actual evidence and examine it thoroughly, emphasizing that corruption exists on both the right and the left.
That's why I think we have to have access to those messages. And I am a person that truly believes that left and right, there is so much corruption. It truly is a swamp.
Candace then turned her attention to Governor Ron DeSantis, breaking her silence on his character. Candace claimed that DeSantis is the type of person who's easily swayed by status and influence. She pointed to his extra legislation on issues like anti-Semitism as evidence of what she called his shady character, implying that these moves might be less about principle and more about catering to certain influences.
Easily moved by money and influence, and you can see that even in the laws. He's one of the governors that's squeezing speech, like, creating extra laws for anti-Semitism in Florida, like as if like it's a special kind of hatred. Like it's not. Okay, hate is hate. It doesn't matter if it's happened to a black person, a white person, or a Jewish person. And I don't like him. And this just further put that nail in the DeSantis coffin for me. He's not a leader. He's pathetic. weak. He's weak and he can't express himself as a man and stand on principle. This is my opinion of Ron DeSantis, and he should be replaced. He should be replaced.
Candace Owens didn't hold back when she explained why she believes so many people are against Andrew Tate. She said it's simple. Men like Andrew Tate are interesting and people are drawn to what he has to say. That's exactly what his critics hate. According to Candace, they can't stand the fact that Tate resonates with so many people, and instead of engaging with him in a debate or challenging his ideas, they just want to erase him entirely. They don't want to sit down and have a conversation. They want to wipe him off the map, silencing his influence altogether.
This is why they want him gone, because the comments were so positive. You could see, you know, why men like you. It's just interesting, you know. I think it's the it factor that drives them crazy. It's the influence. And I'm sitting here, I'm going, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. They don't have the courage to disagree with you, Andrew. They don't even have the courage to sit down and have the debate and say, I disagree with you on that. They just want you wiped from the influence map, because they have wiped themselves from the map of influence. That is my take on this. I truly believe that. And if you wanted me to have a different take, like I said, you could have waited 2 months to go after him. Made it seem organic.
Andrew Tate then made a striking statement, saying that he initially had nothing to do with his wife becoming involved in Florida politics. But now he does. Why? Because he believes the system is actively trying to imprison innocent men, including himself, without fair trials. Tate emphasized that everyone deserves a fair trial, but he's convinced that under the current leadership, that's not going to happen. Not for him, and not for anyone else under their jurisdiction. He even warned that once they're done with him, they'll come for other people. It's a bold accusation that raises serious questions about justice, fairness, and the integrity of the system.
You should not be trying to put innocent men in jail to score political points who have been through enough in foreign nations that do not respect due process. And it doesn't matter if you like me. It doesn't matter if you like what I say. It doesn't matter if you agree with me. I deserve a fair trial. You deserve a fair trial. Everybody deserves a fair trial. That is the basis of democracy. That is the American way. And as soon as that is impeded, even against your enemies, sitting at home and saying, well, I don't like Andrew Tate, so it's fine for his rights to be impeded and stampled all over, is the biggest mistake you can make, because after they're done with me, they're going to come for you. Luckily, whether you like me or not, I'm going to fight for all of us.
The ongoing saga surrounding Andrew and Tristan Tate has escalated into a high-stakes battle that goes far beyond their individual case. Andrew Tate's claims of being targeted by powerful figures, his defiance against what he calls an unjust system, and Candace Owens' vocal support have turned this into a larger conversation about justice, corruption, and freedom of speech. Tate's insistence that this is a distraction from more serious crimes, combined with his warning that others will be targeted after him, adds a chilling layer to the narrative. Candace Owens' critique of the mob mentality and her accusations against figures like Governor Ron DeSantis further highlight the political and social tensions at play. This situation raises critical questions about due process, the influence of power, and the lengths to which some will go to silence dissenting voices. Whether you agree with Tate or not, his case has become a flashpoint for debates about accountability, transparency, and the erosion of fair trials. As this story continues to unfold, it serves as a stark reminder of the importance of questioning authority, seeking evidence, and standing up for principles, even when it's unpopular. The fight for justice, it seems, is far from over. What do you think of Andrew Tate's return? Will he be able to rally conservatives once again, or will figures like Candace Owens and others choose to keep their distance? The dynamics are shifting, and the stakes are higher than ever. Let us know your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Do you believe this is a fight for justice, or is there more to the story? Stay tuned, because this battle is only heating up, and we'll be here to break it all down for you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates. See you in the next video.